So I want to show you close-up details of the BunduSuite. Let's get down to the nitty and gritty and what makes this so unique over the other offerings out there, particularly the fact that I've managed to keep the weight down below 7 kilos. You would have noticed of late, I've been filming a few videos on my sleeping setup, camping setup, in particular the Bundutec range of gear, such as the BunduSuite you see right here, an enclosed area for the entranceway to your Bundutec rooftop tent, but it also makes an awesome ensuite. So you can set up a toilet in there and you can set up a shower. In fact, I'll show you a couple of images right here, or actually, which side? Right here, of the shower setup. And what you see there is it's a kick-ass shower, which I will be introducing soon. And the beauty with the BunduSuite, there's no reason why you cannot set this up on your normal roof racks. You've got bolts through here. There's 2 bolts there where you can mount your roof bars onto. So you would have noticed how I was able to swing this up. See this? So that you can gain easy access to the ladder brackets. So, and not only that, easy access to your latches, and also easy access your buttons here that controls the rooftop tent. When you purchase the BunduSuite, it arrives with a new design ladder bracket. So those with the Bundutec will notice that they've got these smaller ladder brackets where you hook your ladder onto. They're not ideal. They'll be in the way of the mounting of this. You could, in theory, just get someone to lift this up, or lift this up and put the ladder on, but that's quite difficult to do, particularly on your own, and plus it will affect the operation of your BunduSuite. You won't get that level, it won't sit out level. So they've redesigned this new ladder bracket. So let's have a closer look at that. The new ladder bracket that you'll receive looks like that. So it's quite a fair bit more robust, as you can see. It's got 3 different height settings. Eddie told me that you'll mainly use the middle one, but I've been using the bottom one, because when you use the middle one, this here tends to get in the way a bit. You've got to lift it up and then clip it on. But with the bottom ones, you can see they're well exposed, and by using that, I don't have to lift this up. It's easier now to hook the ladder on there than it was with the original one. And one of the things I was actually a little bit concerned about that when I got this set up is connecting the ladder on there. How am I going to lift this up and one-handed try to hook a ladder on there? No, not a problem, guys, not with these new brackets. So you can see how they're prop riveted in place here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or if you install this yourself, all you do is drill out your existing ones. Let's have a closer look at some of the features on the BunduSuite. The zips are quality heavy duty YKK zips. As far as I'm concerned, you can't get any better than YKK zips, guys. Very smooth to run, as you can see. Heavy duty quality bags. This setup was sitting out in some extreme rain the other day, and it's the first time I've opened it up. I think it was 2 days ago. I noticed that everything is nice and dry, so we know that no water has got in. So I'll quickly set this up. 3 Velcro straps So you won't have to go uptown, guys, and buy another bigger bag to fit your awning back in like you do with a lot of the other manufacturers. I'm going to commend Bundutec on doing is that they've actually put the Velcro on the Velcro straps. You know how you got a sticky side and a side that's more furry, so the sticky side can sit on. Some manufacturers out there have them the other way around. Now for someone, if you're traveling on your own and you don't have help to roll these up, and if you think them, guys, you don't need help rolling this up. The beauty is, you can see here how it's got the sticky side strap that's on the bottom. Now, that makes it easier for us to pack this away. For example, we can hold this strap up, and this strap here, we support the weight of the ensuite, and in doing that, it's so easy to get a nice fit. Some of them are so designed so that the sticky part's on this part. Then you've got to go up like this and try to do it like this, which is not as easy and quick as just doing that. Now, one thing I have noticed, guys, actually, we've got the Bundy bell just coming past. Check this out. One thing I have noticed, Bundutec, you're watching this, or Eddie, is that the Velcro on the roof part is actually reversed to what they are here. So I found that makes it a little bit more, not too bad, but it's just a little bit more of a challenge. This one here, guys, you're given a very generous sized bag, but the one on the top, the actual roof part of it, you've got to roll that up a lot tighter because it's got a tighter fitting bag because of where it's sitting up the top here. They tried to make it as aerodynamic as possible, whereas this one is not so critical, so you've got to roll it up tight. If you had the Velcro designed in such a way so that that sticky part of the Velcro is down below, it's so easy for me. Okay, let's show an example why I like the sticky part of the Velcro down below and not on the top. Is that you can see I can grab the end of the Velcro, I can pull it up, I can support the weight of the ensuite, pull it up, pull it real tight, pull this one down like that. You can see how tight that is. And basically, guys, you need to get it as tight as that on the roof part. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to get it to fit inside the bag. And the easiest way to do that is via how I showed you here. Because the Velcro is on the opposite end, you then have to try to, and it's not as easy as it sounds, while it's really nicely tied up, you've got to try to pull this one over like this. Meanwhile, you've got two straps on the top. You've got to try to support it so it doesn't fall down, and then strap it like that. So if you had the Velcro this way, bang like that, same as this one, pull it up. You see how tight I can get that one there. It makes it that little bit easier to get that rolled up really tight and compact, and makes it easier to close that bag. I'll probably go to a canvas manufacturer one day, get them to have a look at it, get these pop rivets taken out on the top one and just reverse them around. Now I like to let go the end ones first, that way you don't have to support the middle like so, and then I let go this middle one and let it roll down. I don't just let it drop right down, it'll just roll down, and when it's about 3/4 of the way, you let go. The ensuite is on gas struts, which is a unique feature. And that's how it's so quick and easy to set up, particularly the size of it. So it's about 2.1 meters, what's it, 2 meters I think? 2 meters long by 1.2 meter wide. So most of your ensuites are probably 1 meter by 1 meter. I'm not sure, they may be 1.2 by 1.2 thereabouts. I've never checked, to be honest, guys. But this one is 2 meters by 1.2. You got a mosquito proof full length, I believe it's 82 inches long. But quick demonstration how you set this up. Just grab the center one, pull out, and that's it, as quick as that. If you can see along the base here, it's got these bars on here, this heavier bar. Now there's a bit of wind blowing right now, and you can see how this is fairly stable. Another unique feature that I've seen in only one other awning ensuite setup, where it's got that little bit extra weight down on the base. Now if the wind picks up, of course, you got your peg down points, as you can see here. Very sturdy, heavy duty, D-shaped stainless steel points. 4 in total, 1 in each corner. Another unique feature is how this is set up. So when you pack this away, you give that a kick and you see that folds in. But then when you set it up, you just press it out, press it like that. So it's got 2 bars on there, and they held together. You'll see the patch of Velcro there, and they Velcroed together. This is where the zip is. Now there's only the one zip, it's at the corner. Probably would have been nice to have another zip on this corner here for those days where it's raining very heavy and you got the wall out here. So as you know, with this, well, because guys, to be frank, I'm not using the Bundutec awning, I'm using an ostrich wing awning. So this is probably not going to be an issue at all with the, if you got the Bundutec Bundu on. But with the ostrich wing awning, once you put the walls down, as you know, the walls are straight. So they'll come down to here somewhere, and then you kind of got this bit of a gap where you just got to squeeze through and go here to access your zip. Again, heavy duty YKK zips, of course the best, and there's your access inside. Now, to be honest guys, it probably wouldn't take me much again to take this, bring this to a canvas manufacturer, and I'll pick this out here and put a zip in place, which is something that I probably will end up doing. You notice here how we've got this 4th wall, back wall. Bear that in mind guys. I know there's 2 forms of these sheltered areas off the roof part of your Bundutec BunduTop rooftop tent. One's called the added room, and this one's called the BunduSuite. So when you purchase both, you will get the added room roof included in both. So when you purchase a BunduSuite, you'll get the roof. You purchase the added room, you get the roof. The difference, as I mentioned in the prior video, the added room has got walls that Velcro onto the rooftop. So you cannot set it up separately as an ensuite, change room, anything like that. You could be down on the beach and you want to get changed in your togs, or you want to have a quick shower, get the togs off you, get a quick shower. And there might be a few people around, such as down Eli Creek and Fraser Island, which I'm going to be at very soon guys, and I'm going to build a video series on that, and that's coming up very soon. But of course I've got to get over to the island first to video it, spend a bit of time there. I'm going to stay there for a while and then come back and edit the video and upload them. So it'll be a while before you see those videos, probably 3-4 weeks time. This will come in very handy because you know how popular some of those places are over on the island. And it'll be very good for me too. I won't need to take my extra ensuite. So it's going to save a lot of room, which I'm going to need that room because I'm going to need to bring a swag or something because I'm not going on my own, guys. I've got an old mate of mine going back 20, 35, probably 25, 30 years ago. He's going to join me on this trip. So he's going to help me with some of the filming of this trip. So it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have someone there with me to film as I'm driving through, you know, in the inland tracks, etc. Something I've not been able to do before. So it's going to be like a trip report as such. Now, I've had a question whether you'd be able to set this up on one of those tray back canopies with the big doors that open up. Now, these are set up to be used that way, guys. These are set up for those doors. So as you can see, we've got the zips here. Again, very large, very huge. I think you got the idea. Big YKK zippers, heavy duty. So you can see how much space we have here. Well, you open that up. So it serves a couple of purposes. I could open this window. I could even open this door. So you got this huge area where you can open up your door, and then that's going to also create a cover over the top here as well. So that's the thing, if you want to cover over the top here, you'll only be able to set up that roof if you've got the Bundutec set up. But honestly, guys, that only takes 20 seconds. Just press a button and it's set up. So someone asked me, got a tape measure here, so whoever you are, this is just for you. They want to know if this is big enough, suitable for their tray back. So let's measure this, shall we? We are looking at just over 1.8 meters long. I'd say between 1.8 to 1.9. I think at 1.9 you'll have no problems. The height we are looking at 650 centimeters. Now let's take a closer look at the hydraulics. As you know, there are two of them which assist in setup. Very rigid. Guys, there's no way the wind is going to blow that in. And you can see it's also very rigid up and down. Now, I've tried those conventional ensuites that you'll see is very popular, and it's particularly the cheaper ones. They're very flimsy. Don't you find that they like this all the time? You set them up and the things work like this, and then you've got to carry 2 extra poles and set them up on the end, and then put a zillion million pegs out to keep it in place, particularly if there's a bit of wind around. I mean, guys, there's a fair bit of wind around here right now, and I don't have any pegs out. And you can see this is not moving at all. So it's quite remarkable that they've been able to design and build an ensuite you can put off the side of your 4-wheel drive. Not just the 4-wheel drive, this will be perfect for your caravans as well, guys. Even if you've got like an access doorway here behind it, you'll be able to. We've got quite a few vehicles turning up here. I'm putting on quite a show here, guys. Let's get back into this, shall we? I'm a bit distracted. See, if you've got like a little doorway or like a hatch here with those showers, you know, in some of the caravans, you've got that hatch and it's got an outdoor shower. Well, you could set this up and then open this up and have access to your shower. And you can have a shower outside and sets up very quick. So you can use it for that as well. Now, you can see the hydraulics here. I cannot, unfortunately the writing is upside down. It's got Struts Australia, So how cool is that, guys? This is South African made product, and they're using the struts from Australia. Part number, there is a part number there. I cannot read it. Let me go grab my phone and get a photo of it so I can see what it is. Okay, so what I've done, guys, I went and grabbed my phone, held it up here like so, took a photo, so I can read it now. It's definitely a McNaughton's, part number K4045. The length is 450 millimeters. So you guys that are more techie, if you want to know more about it, I'm sure you could probably go online and find out more info about it. How this folds up, you can see it's got a pivoting point right here. So what you do is you actually grab hold on this one here and make sure you hold your fingers flat like so. I've already copped a bruise on the end of this fingernail. Get caught once, not again. And then you press in over here and you'll see that these are actually loose. So how that works is that it allows the canvas to move with it, so it doesn't put any excess stress on any of the points on the canvas. So let's actually talk about that, the canvas. The canvas used is a lighter duty canvas than what's used on the Bundutec BunduTop rooftop tent, or the actual awning, the awning that comes out the roof, the added room roof. The reason for that is to keep the weight down. So you can imagine how heavy this would be if it was using the same canvas. So, and I believe Eddie, if you could set me right if you're watching this, Eddie's done some research and development into this BunduSuite that you see here. Let's just close that so it's not so distracting. And what he's done is he's done some tests and using different materials, etc. Because I know I've seen the first prototype of this going back probably a year or so ago, when I first noticed something hanging off the side of their BunduTop rooftop tents. With time, with development, and they finally come out with a production model, and here we are here, the latest, which has just arrived from South Africa, that I've been waiting for quite some time. They decided to use the lighter weight canvas to keep the weight down, because guys, to be frank, this is something that you're not going to set up all the time. So things like the BunduTop rooftop tent and the awning that comes out the front of the entrance way, they're items that are going to be set up a lot more often, and they will see a lot more sunlight, particularly for us in central Queensland where the UV is so high. That is very critical, guys. It's a big factor. A lot of the rooftop tents sold around the country is not going to last very long in our type of environment, an environment where I'm living, with the high UV, the harsh sun, the harsh conditions. Quite often I'm in a farming area, even though I'm on the coast, it's like desert-like conditions. The sand, if you're camping on the beach, the sand is very fine, and if it's like sandpaper, it just, and it really tests your gear. When I say a lighter weight canvas, guys, I used to own a Oz tent, and it's very similar material, probably the same as what they use on the Oz tent, and basically they're designed for Australian conditions. To me it looks very similar. I don't see much difference. I feel the weight, the material looks exactly the same as the Oz tent. So whether it is, I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, from my eyes looking at it, feeling the material, it looks very similar. There won't be much difference. And yet this is used, this could, Bundutec could have very easily have used this material for the roof section, and even the electric rooftop tent, where a lot of the manufacturers or a lot of the well, when I say manufacturers, there's not many manufacturers here in Australia that builds rooftop tents. What I'm going to say is a lot of the rooftop tents sold in Australia are actually using these materials. Some of them are using polyester. Bundutec's a company that understands our climate because they got a very similar climate over there where they're built. So they're using some of the best canvas out. Probably in some ways very similar to the canvas that's manufactured here in Australia down near Newcastle. Now another thing I want to show you here, guys, is the window. It's 82-inch insect proof, mosquito proof window, heavy duty mosquito netting. It's not that really flimsy midgie proof insect screen that you get here in Australia on a lot of the tents where you just touch like that and you got a hole in it, ripped in it. Bundutec have decided to use a much heavy duty screen so it will last us a lot longer. So it's not something we have to spend money on replacing. And of course, if you want to use this as a shower or toilet, you got your privacy. It's all velcroed up so you can close it like so. And that's got your privacy. And you close this door and you can see all this room, guys. Look at all this room I've got here to have a shower. How awesome is that? Now I always leave this open when I pack it away. Doesn't matter either. You can have it closed or you can have it open. Let's close her up now. So there's a bit of wind blowing at the moment. Hand on the side of the awning. Kick the bottom in. Hold that. Push on the left. And then all you do is push this part in. Grab this to help keep this in place. Zip this up like so. Run along the end. Do the same on this side. Kick the bottom in so it folds that in. Push this corner in. And we push that in. Like so. So you can see how simple that is. Now that I've done it a few times. Now, have a look at the base here. You can see these pieces on the end, how they work. So you've got two aluminium rods with Velcro on the end. So all we do, grab this and we fold this up. This you don't need to fold too tightly. Because you've got a very generous size bag here. This is a beauty, as I mentioned before. Why I love that sticky part of the Velcro on the bottom. You see how easy that is. Like so. Like so. Now you can see how big the bag is. 2 zips on either end. As simple as that. On the banks of the Burnett River, back in my hometown, if you're wondering where I am. The tide's going out. Beautiful day. Nice cool breeze. See, it's the weather I've been waiting for. Love this, I love this. We're just about approaching winter. I think winter's coming up very soon, the end of this week or next week. I'm not sure, I don't even know what the date is. I've lost track of the dates. I know it's Saturday, if that helps. So, You see the beautiful, as I mentioned, the beautiful Burnett River. Very nice clear water here. The fishing's not too bad here, I've heard. I used to fish here years ago and used to catch a lot of bream. So there'll be bream moving here along here now. There's a rock wall that protrudes out and goes along the banks of the Burnett River, some probably 50, maybe even closer to 100 meters from the shoreline in places at low tide that you can walk along. When I was younger, you used to fight for space to fish on that rock wall. In fact, it's called Kirby's Wall. But nowadays, I've never seen anyone standing on that wall fishing anymore, which is remarkable how times changed. So maybe the fish are just not there anymore. I don't know. Used to be a lot of big bream pulled out there, and they've always show up the show week, and this is the show week. In fact, we just had a public holiday last Thursday. 2 days ago was a public holiday here, which is our show day, and that's usually the week when the cold weather hits in. We've got some cooler weather coming in next week. So I'm off on a relatively big trip in a couple of weeks' time. I'm going off to an island about 100 k's off the shore where I am. So if you know where I am, you've probably got an idea where I'm going. So it's Fraser Island. So I'm heading over to Fraser Island very soon. I'm going to take all my good camera gear with me. I've got a helper this time. It's going to help me with the camera work, and I'll probably even get in front of the lens as well. And we're going to do a bit of fishing too. I haven't done any fishing for like 3 years. But my mate Ian, you're watching this. How you going, Ian? He's going to join me. He's an avid fisherman. That's probably saying it, I don't know, that's probably saying it, what's the word? He's more than an avid fisherman. I don't know what you call, but he's got a lot of fishing knowledge. And I hope so, because I think we're going to be relying on fish for a lot of our meals. So I'm counting on you, Ian. I'm sure if there's fish out there, I'm sure he'll catch them. Guys, it's getting late now. I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to pack this awning up. And me and the dog, looking after my sister's dog while she's away. Hang on, let me increase the focus on this a bit. Not the focus. There we go. Got a cloud cover. Me and the dog, I'm looking after my sister's dog. So we're going to go back home and cook up some lunch. And till next time, look after yourself. As always, be kind to everyone. And please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Helps my channel enormously. And put a like on the video. That also helps my channel and gets the videos out there so more people will view my videos, which helps me a lot. So till then, till next time, cheers.